Hello everyone. Hello everyone. This is K Nagaraju, contract lecturer in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Government Polytechnic for Women, Nizamabad, from the Department of Technical Education, Telangana. Today I am going to explain the one more topic. The topic is the construction of AC bridges. That is what is bridge circuits, what are the types of bridge circuits we are having in the measuring instruments, and what is the condition for AC bridge balance, and what are the types of AC bridges, and what are the various advantages or the uses of the AC bridges. Why we are going to explain this particular bridge circuits. Generally, with the help of bridge circuits, we are measuring the unknown resistance, unknown inductance and capacitance. That means the resistor, inductance and capacitance parameters can be measured in the circuits with the help of this particular bridge circuits. The arrangement of circuit design like a bridge, that's why the name is called as the bridge circuits. Like we are having the four legs, the four legs are connected. There are four legs which having the between the two legs we are having the one element. The element maybe they may be resistor or inductor capacitor, and another two legs we are having the one more resistor, and another two legs having the another resistor. That means the arrangement like the bridge form, then that's why the name is called as the bridges. In this particular, bridges are used to measure the resistance, inductance, capacitance. The measurement purpose we are using, that means that with the simple way to accurately finding the unknown impedance or the unknown parameters with the help of this particular bridge circuits. And also we are deriving the one small condition, that is the condition for bridge balance. And also we are discussing the what are the types of bridges. That like first we are dividing the bridges into two classification, like AC bridge and DC bridge. Again, the AC bridges and DC bridges, we are classifying the different types of AC bridges as well as the DC bridges. Generally, why we are classifying the AC bridges and DC bridges? The AC bridges, that is the main difference between these two bridges are only the supply applied to the circuit in the form of AC current. Then the bridge circuit is called as the AC bridge. The applied source and the current passing through the circuit in the DC form, then the circuit is called, or the bridge is called as the DC bridge. That means the supply or the current response in these particular circuits, they may be voltage or they may be DC current or AC currents. We are classifying the bridges like AC bridges as well as the DC bridges. Now in this particular explanation, I am going to explain the few topics. On the completion of this period, that means the main objectives of this presentation, we are able to know the construction of the AC bridges, and also the types of bridges, and the types of AC bridges and the types of DC bridges also, and condition for AC bridge balance, and various applications or the various uses of the bridge circuits. After completing of this presentation, I would like to cover these topics. After then, here I am going to explain the AC bridge. I already told that the difference between these two bridges only with respect to the current flowing through the circuit with the AC, then that means the alternating current, then the bridge is called as the AC bridge. For example, the current flowing through the circuit in the bridge is the DC current, then the name it is called as the DC bridge. That means both the AC bridges and DC bridges, we are measuring the unknown parameters like a resistor, capacitance, inductance only. That means the only difference of these bridges, the applied source and the response, they may be old alternating current, then the bridge is called the AC. If the response, the current is the direct current, then the bridge is called as the DC bridge. Here I am going to now first I am going to explain the alternating current bridges. In this particular AC bridge, the AC bridges are used for measurement of AC resistance, capacitance and inductance, and also measure the storage factor and power factor. All the AC bridges are based on the Wheatstone bridge only. That is the fundamental and one of the accurate bridge rectifier or the bridge circuit is the Wheatstone bridge. Based on the Wheatstone bridge concept, we are applied to the remaining bridge circuit. That means all the AC bridges are based on the Wheatstone bridge only. Here the simple example for the bridge circuit. Here the bridge circuit, fundamentally we are using the detector, and the DC bridges we are using the galvanometer. That means to nullify the resistance in the detector, then we are using the detector circuit. And here we are having the four bridges, sorry, four impedances, here Z1, here Z2 and Z4 and Z3 and Z4. The current passing to the Z1, here the current passing to the Z1 is I1, the current passing to the Z2 is I2, the current passing through the Z3 is I3, the current passing through the Z4 is the I4. That means the total current passing this circuit is the AC current. That is the, here we are applying the AC source, like the AC source represented like this. Then here the arrangement of bridge circuit, here we are having the four legs A B C and D. The four legs we are having. In between A to B we are having the one impedance. Here A to D we are having the another impedance. And also the terminals of A and C we are connected the AC source. Between the B and D we are connected the detector circuit. Then this is the simple diagram of the AC bridge. In the AC bridge, the circuit consisting of four arms having the four impedances, a detector and an AC voltage source. That means in this particular bridge circuit, it consisting of the four arms like A, B, C, D, four arms we are having with four impedances Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4, four impedances, and a detector and a voltage source. Here we are connected the one voltage source. This is the arrangement of AC bridge. Here we are having the sources as well as the detectors. Here the sources and the detectors. The measurement at low frequencies, then we are using the power line is used as a source of supply. The measurement at high frequency, we are using the electronic oscillator in the form of sources. In the detectors, we are having the three different types of detectors like headphones, vibrational galvanometers and tunable amplifier circuits. This is the what are the sources we are using with respect to frequency levels, that the low frequency and high frequency we are using the, for the low frequency measurement we are using the power line is a source of supply, and in the high frequency we are using the electronic oscillator. In the detectors we are using the, based on the requirement of the circuit, we are using the headphones and vibrational galvanometers and tunable amplifier circuits. We are here we are going to explain the frequency ranges with respect to headphones and vibrational galvanometers and tunable amplifier circuits. In the headphones we are having the frequency range 250 hertz above up to 3 to 4 kilohertz, and vibrational galvanometers 5 hertz to 1000 hertz, and power and low audio frequencies. And tunable circuits we are having the 10 hertz to 100 kilohertz. These are the frequency ranges for the different detector circuits. And here now I am going to explain the what is the bridge circuit. The since the bridge circuits merely compares the value of unknown component with that of an accurately known component, its measurement accuracy can be very high. This is the because the readout of this comparison is based on the null detection at a bridge balance and is essentially independent of the characteristics of the null detector. The measurement accuracy is therefore directly related to the accuracy of the bridge component and not to that of the null detector used. That means in this particular bridge circuits we are comparing the unknown impedance to the known impedance, or the unknown parameter component to the unknown uh, parameter, that means the unknown standard. That means here what happens, with the help of the balancing of the circuit or the balancing of the bridge with respect to null detector, we are finding the unknown impedance or the unknown component for the bridge circuit. Here, the basic bridge circuit, here the basic DC bridge is used for accurate measurement of resistance and is called the Wheatstone bridge. That means if you are based on the classification of the AC and DC bridges, we are having the DC bridges like Kelvin bridge and Wheatstone bridge. The fundamental bridge is the Wheatstone bridge for measuring of the resistance in the DC bridges. That is the Wheatstone bridge. In this particular bridge circuits, a bridge circuit in its simplest form consisting of a network of four resistors or AC or DC, the source of current is applied to two opposite junction and the current detector connected to the other two junctions. Already in the previous figure, we are know the two terminals of A and D is connected to the A and C is connected to the supply, and opposite of B and D we are connected to the detector circuit. That means a bridge circuit in its simplest form consisting of a network of the four resistors, source of current applied to the two opposite junctions, and a current detector connected to the other two junctions. This is the definition for the bridge circuit. The bridge circuits are extensively used for measuring component values such as resistor, inductance, and capacitance and other circuit parameters directly derived from the component values such as frequency, phase, angles, and temperatures. And the construction of the AC bridge. The impedance at AF or RF are commonly determined by means of an AC Wheatstone bridge. An AC bridge in its basic form consisting of four arms, a source of excitation and balance detector. The each arm consisting of an impedance. The AC bridge is similar to DC bridge expected by an AC source rather than the DC source, and the galvanometer is replaced by the detector. That means in the DC circuits we are using the source in the form of DC. In the AC bridges, the applied source in the form of AC. The response in the DC circuit is the direct current. The response in the, that means the current in the AC circuit is the alternating current. In the galvanometer we are using in the DC bridges, and AC bridges we are using the detector. In this way we are designing the AC bridges as well as the DC bridge circuits. The balance detectors are commonly used for AC bridges or like headphones. Source is an AC source, AC supply, which supplies the AC voltage at the required frequency. For the high frequency, electronic oscillators are used at the source. That is the difference between high frequencies, what are the sources we are using, and the high frequencies and low frequencies. Low frequency we are generally preferring the headphones and the AC supply, which supplies the AC voltage to the required frequency, and the high frequency we are using the electronic oscillator for the used at the source in the high frequency circuits. That is the differences of the AC and DC bridges. Here, and this is the first part is the explanation about the what is AC bridge, what is the DC bridge. what are the bridge circuits, and how we are classifying the AC bridges and DC bridges, what are the differences available in the AC bridges and DC bridges, we are discussed. Then second part is the conditions for AC bridge balance. If the circuit is, how the circuit is goes to a balanced condition, that means if you want to measure the unknown parameters or the unknown components in the bridge circuits, the network or the bridge must be in a balanced mode. Then we require the circuit is goes to a balanced mode. That means we are having some conditions. Based on the conditions, the bridge circuit is goes to a balance. The magnitudes and phase angles of the bridges are, here Z1 is the impedance. Z1 is equal to Z1 into theta 1. Here Z1, small z1 and theta 1 is the magnitude of the impedance and the angle of the impedance. That means z1 theta 1, z2 is equal to z2 into theta 2, and here z2 into theta 2, z3 into theta 3, and z4 into theta 4. That means z1, z2, z3 with respect to magnitudes as well as the angles, phase angles. Here where the Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4 represent the magnitudes, therefore the magnitudes and phase angles becomes like Z1 theta 1 into Z4 theta 4 is equal to Z2 theta 2 into Z3 theta 3. That means here if you observe the concept of the balancing conditions, here Z1, Z4, this is the Z1, Z4. These two impedances like a Z1 theta 1 into Z4 theta 4 is equal to Z2 and Z3. Z2 theta 2 and Z3 Z theta 3. That means these two are equal. That means the opposite impedances are equal. Then Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2 and Z3. And phase angles are added, then z1 plus theta 4 is equal to theta 1 plus theta 4 is equal to theta 2 plus theta 3. That means here finally we are getting the two conditions. If the balance the bridge is balanced, that is z1 z4 is equal to z2 z3, and theta 1 plus theta 4 is equal to theta 2 plus theta 3. This is the condition for the bridge circuit is goes to a balance. Here the condition for balance of the AC bridges, the product of magnitudes of the opposite arms must be equal. The product of magnitudes of opposite arms must be equal. That means z1 z4 is equal to z2 z3. This is the first condition for the circuit is balanced. That means the product of magnitudes of the opposite arms must be equal. That is z1 into z4 is equal to z2 into z3. In terms of admittance, y1 y4 is equal to y2 y3. This is the in terms of admittance, the condition. The second condition is the sum of the phase angles of the opposite arms must be equal. That is the theta 1 plus theta 4 is equal to theta 2 plus theta 3. And these are the conditions for AC bridge balance. This is the second one. The first one is the introduction about the bridges. Second one is the condition for AC bridges. Here once again I am repeating the condition for AC bridges. Here we are taking the general form of the AC bridge. The AC bridge, here between the B and D we are connected the AC source, and A and C we are connected the detector. Here the detector, in place of detector we are the detector value is null, that is the 0. Then the circuit is goes to a balance condition. If the circuit is goes to a balance condition, then we are calculated the conditions are like z1 theta 1 into z4 theta 4 is equal to Z2 theta 2 and Z3 theta 3. Based on this condition, we are getting the magnitudes like Z1 Z2 is equal to Z2 Z3, and the phase angles are theta 1 plus theta 4 is equal to theta 2 and theta 3. Based on this condition, we are measuring the unknown quantities in the bridge circuit. Here now I am going to explain the what are the types of bridges. First, basically the bridges are classified into two types. One is the AC bridges and second one is the DC bridges. First one is the DC bridges and second one is the AC bridges. Here the types of bridges, I am going to explain the what is DC and what is AC. The DC bridges are used to measure the resistance, while the AC bridges are used to measure the impedance consisting of the capacitance and inductance. That means in the DC bridges we are measuring the unknown resistance. Purely we are measuring the resistance. Here in the AC bridges we are measuring the impedance. The impedance is consisting of the capacitance as well as the inductance. And the AC bridges used to DC voltages as the excitation voltage, while the AC bridges use the alternating voltage source as a excitation voltage. That means we are using the excitation voltage in the AC is the AC voltage, and DC circuits we are using the DC voltages only. Here the types of bridges we are having in the DC bridges, majorly we are using the two types of bridges like Wheatstone bridge and Kelvin bridge. These two are used for measuring the resistance, unknown resistance. With the help of these two methods are the two types of bridges. One of the important bridges, the Wheatstone bridge, the simplest and accurate resultant can be measured with the help of this particular Wheatstone bridge. Second one is the Kelvin bridge. Now in the AC bridges we are having the different types of AC bridges like Maxwell's inductance bridge, steering bridge, Hales bridge, Hewin bridge, Anderson bridge, Maxwell's capacitance bridge, and Woven bridge. These are the various types of AC bridges. One is the Maxwell inductance bridge, steering bridge, Hales bridge, Wayne bridge, Anderson bridge, Maxwell capacitance bridge, and Owen bridge. In the AC bridges, we are having the seven types of bridge circuits. Here, the different types of AC bridges and their use are given below. That means what is the advantage of using the Maxwell bridge, Anderson bridge, etc. That means the Maxwell's bridge. It measures an unknown inductance in terms of known capacitance. It is used to measure the Q values, quality factor values. That is it is used an unknown inductance in terms of known capacitance. That means here we know the capacitance values, and then we are measuring the unknown inductance value. That is the advantage of using the Maxwell's bridge. It measures an unknown inductance in terms of known capacitance. It is also used to measure the Q values. This is the advantage or the use of the Maxwell's bridge. Second one is the Hales bridge. It is used in the measurement of inductance. It is used to in the measurement of inductance, that is the Hales bridge. Third one is the steering bridge. It is used for the precision measurement of capacitors and their insulating properties. Generally capacitance which having the two insulated parallel plates, then we are measuring the capacitance values. That is, with the help of the steering bridge we are measuring the precision measurement of capacitors and their insulating properties. The insulating property of the capacitors can be measured with the help of steering bridge. This is the third bridge in the AC circuits. Fourth one is the Wayne's bridge. It is used to measure the frequency. It can also be used for the measurement of an unknown capacitors with great accuracy. With the help of this Wien's bridge, we are measuring the frequency. It also measures the unknown capacitance with great accuracy. That means accuracy is more in the Wien's bridge for the AC bridges. The bridge is also used in the harmonic distortion analyzer. In this particular circuit, we are used in a harmonic distortion analyzer. We are using the Wien bridge circuit. And here we are classifying the different types of bridges in the form of chart. Like here, the types of bridges, they are divided into two types, like AC bridges and DC bridges. Generally in the AC bridges, generally in the AC bridges, the current in the form of alternating current, that's why the bridges is called as the AC bridges. In the AC bridges, we are using the detector. In the DC bridges, we are using the galvanometer. And here we are DC bridges. We are classifying the construction of the bridge circuits and the measurement of unknown parameters in the resistor. We are using the Wheatstone bridge. The Wheatstone bridge is the simplest form of circuit design, and to nullify the detector value with the help of null detector in the circuit, then easily finding the unknown resistance with the help of Wheatstone bridge. As well as we are using the one more bridge for measurement of the resistance is the Kelvin bridge, that is the DC bridges. In the AC bridges, we are having the seven different classification based on the design and the measurement of the unknown parameters. In the AC bridges, we are using the different types of bridges like Maxwell's inductance bridge, the scaring bridge, Hales bridge, Wien bridge, Anderson bridge, Maxwell's capacitance bridge, and Owen bridge. These are the types of bridges in the AC bridges and DC bridges. Now I am going to explain the uses of various AC bridges. In the Maxwell's inductance bridge, we are having the two uses, like it is used for measurement of unknown inductance in terms of the known capacitance. The previously we are discussed about the advantages, the use of the different types of bridges. Now again we are repeating this is the separate part or the separate question for the examinations, like one objective for the discuss about the various uses of the AC bridges. In this particular, we are having the 2 marks or 3 marks questions asking in the examinations, like what is the uses of the Maxwell's bridge. Then in the long question they are asking the what are various uses of the AC bridges. Then we are have to write the all the bridge circuits or the bridge uses. First bridge Maxwell's and inductance bridge, Anderson bridge. We have to write the individually for the advantages of the each and every bridge. Based on asking the questions in the examination, you have to write the answers. They are asking the various bridges in the AC bridges or individual bridges. Here first one is the Maxwell's inductance bridge. The name itself, inductance bridge, that means we are measuring the unknown inductance with the help of the known capacitance. That is, it is used for measurement of unknown inductance in terms of the known capacitance. Then we are using the Maxwell's inductance bridge. Second advantage or the use of the Maxwell inductance bridge is it is preferred for coils with low quality Q coils. That is, it is preferred for coils with a low quality or the quality factor coils. That is the use of the second use of the Maxwell inductance bridge. Now, Hales bridge, it is used for measurement of unknown inductance. The measurement of unknown inductance, we are using the Hales bridge. And next one is the it is used for precision measurement of the capacitance. The precision measurement of the capacitance we are using the bridge circuit is the Hales bridge. The Hales bridge also we are having the two different uses, like with the help of Hales bridge we are measuring the unknown inductance. With the help of this bridge we are measuring the precision measurement of the capacitance in the Hales bridge. These are the advantages or the uses of the Hales bridge. And the next one is the scaling bridge. And this is the important for measuring the capacitance and also measuring the insulating properties of the capacitance. It is used for precision measurement of the capacitance. It is used for precision measurement of the insulating properties of the capacitance. Based on these uses we are using the scaling bridge, that is precision measurement of the capacitance. It is used for the precision measurement of insulating properties of the capacitor. We are using the scaling bridge. And also we are having the one more bridge is the Wien bridge circuit. It is used for the precision measurement of the frequency. The precision measurement of the frequency we are using the Wien bridge. The first two bridges are used for measuring the inductance. The second two measurement of the capacitance. Then Wien bridge is used for measurement of the frequency. It is also used for measurement of the unknown capacitance with the greater accuracy. We are using the Wien bridge. With the help of Wien bridge, we are measuring the frequency, the precision measurement of the frequency, and also used for the measurement of unknown capacitance with the greater accuracy. We are using the Wien bridge. Then we are having the Owen bridge. With the help of this Owen bridge, we are measuring. It is used for the unknown inductance in terms of resistance and capacitance. This is the use of the Owen bridge. For this topic, I covered the explain the construction of the AC bridges. The construction of the AC bridges. First, we have to know the what is bridge circuits. The AC before AC and DC, what is bridge? The bridges are used to measure the unknown component or the unknown parameters in the circuit. We are using the bridge circuits. In the bridge circuit we are constructed the bridge circuits with four arms, and between the arms we are having the impedance or the resistance or the inductance and capacitance. These four are connected in the form of bridge like a diamond shape. Here we are having the four legs. The opposite two legs of the bridge is connected to the supply, and remaining two opposite edges of the arms are connected to the detector or the galvanometer. Here if you are using the supply, if you are using the excitation of the supply to the bridge circuit in the form of AC, that means the response in the form of alternating current, the bridge circuit is called as the AC bridges. This is the construction about the bridge circuits. The particularly in the AC bridges we are using the source, the voltage source, the excitation source in the form of AC supply, the sinusoidal supply. The alternating current is generated by the supply, then passing to the circuit. The four arms are connected in the diamond shape or the bridge shape. Then in between we are connected the impedances. With the help of this AC bridges, we are measuring the unknown parameters or the unknown inductance and capacitance values. That is the AC bridges. That is the explanation about the construction of the AC bridges. Second one, the types of bridges. In the types of bridges, we are having the two types of bridges like AC bridges and DC bridges. In the DC bridges, the excitation of the applied source in the form of DC, and the response, the current passing to the circuit in the form of DC, that is the direct current. Then the type of circuits, the bridges is called as the DC bridges. The AC bridges means the energy source, the applied source in the form of AC, and the response, that means the current passing to the circuit in the form of AC alternating current. Then the type of circuits or the bridges is called as the AC bridges. That means the types of bridges we are having the AC as well as the DC bridges. In the DC bridges, we are using the detector to in the form of balancing of the bridges. We are using the detector in the DC bridges and galvanometer in the AC bridges. That is the we are using the one opposite terminal we are connected this supply, and remaining opposite direction of the arms we are connected the detector or the galvanometer. Based on the frequency ranges of the low frequency, we are using the headphones and vibration galvanometers, etc. In the high frequency, using the electronic oscillators. That is the based on the requirement, based on what type of bridges we are using, we are connected the sources as well as the detector to the circuit. That is the types of bridges. After then here, what are the types of AC bridges? What are the types of DC bridges? Again, we are classifying the DC's bridges into two different bridges, like a Wheatstone bridge and Kelvin bridge. The Wheatstone bridge is the fundamental measurement of the resistance with the high accuracy. We are using the Wheatstone bridge. With the help of Wheatstone bridge, we are measuring the unknown resistance more accurately, and a simple way to measuring the resistance in the Wheatstone bridge. And also with the help of Kelvin bridge, we are calculating the unknown resistance with a high accuracy and precision measurement of the resistance in this particular Kelvin bridge. That means that with the help of designing of the DC, we are having the Wheatstone bridge and a Kelvin bridge. Now we are having the one more bridge circuit in the AC, like in the AC bridges we are having the multiples of AC bridges, like Anderson bridge, Owen bridge, Wien bridge, and also we are having the like inductance bridge and a capacitance bridge we are having. That is the we are having the classification about the AC bridges, like in the types of bridges we are having the Maxwell's inductance bridge and scaling bridge and Hales bridge and Wien bridge, Anderson bridge, Maxwell capacitance bridge, and Owen bridge. This is the classification about the AC bridges. The AC bridges: Maxwell's inductance bridge and Maxwell's capacitance bridge, and scaling bridge, Hales bridge, Wien bridge, Anderson bridge, and Owen bridge. That is the types of AC bridges. After then, we are using the one more concept for the conditions for AC bridge balance. The condition for the AC bridge balance, we are taking the one bridge circuits. The arms are connected to the impedances like Z1, Z2, Z3, and Z4. If the bridge is balanced, then we are having the conditions like Z1 impedance is equal to Z1 into theta 1. Here Z1 is the magnitude of the impedance, and theta 1 is the angle of between the terminals of the A and another two impedances, that is the theta 1. And also the Z2 impedance also, we are having the Z2 is the magnitude and the theta 2 is the angle, phase angle. That with respect to Z3 and Z4, based on the opposite of the arms of the impedance are equal, then finally we are deriving the condition for bridge balance condition, that is the Z1 into Z4 is equal to Z2 into Z3, as well as the angle of phase angles of the bridge circuit like theta 1 plus theta 3, sorry, theta 1 plus theta 4 is equal to theta 2 plus theta 3. That is the we are having the conditions for the AC bridge is the balanced condition. And we are going to explain the one more important thing is the various uses of the AC bridges in the Maxwell's bridge. Maxwell's inductance bridge, we are having the advantage like measurement of the inductance, and also we are having the scaling bridge. With the help of scaling bridge we are calculating capacitance. The we Hales bridge, with the help of which we are measuring the inductance, and also with the help of uh, Maxwell's capacitance bridge we are calculating the capacitance. With the help of oven bridge we are calculating the frequency. These are the different various types of applications of or the uses of the AC bridges we are discussed. This is the entire summary of this presentation. First one is the construction of the AC bridges. Second one is the what are the types of bridges, and what are the types of AC bridges as well as the DC bridges, and the condition for AC bridge balance, and what is the uses of the various AC bridges. After then, frequently asked in the examinations, few questions they are asking in the examinations like explain the construction of the AC bridges. This is the mostly asked in the examinations in the short long questions like explain the construction of the AC bridges. The second one is what are the types of bridges. In this particular questions like types of bridges like AC bridges and DC bridges. The again we are having the one more classification like types of AC bridges. They are asking the individually for the types of AC bridges. I have to write the answers in the types of AC bridges. We have to write the seven different types of AC bridges. And also there will be chance of asking the questions in the examinations like explain the condition for the AC bridge balance. This is also more maybe chance of asking the examinations like write or derive the condition for the bridge AC bridge is the balance. And also the possibility of asking the question like what are the various uses of the AC bridges, various uses of the AC bridges. And also asking in the short questions like write the uses of the Anderson bridge, write the uses of the Scaring bridge. Like we are having the different ways to asking the questions in the examinations based on like division of the question paper. Like short questions they are asking the something like that, like advantage of the Maxwell's capacitance bridge, that is the use of, and also what are the types of detectors we are using, and also what are the types of sources using in the bridge circuits. Why the Ironstone bridge is very important for the measurement of the resistance, what is the condition, etc., something like that. That is the discussion about this particular topics in the examinations. And also we are having the condition for AC bridge balance, and various uses of the AC bridge circuits. This is this is the presentation for explaining about the total brief introductory about the construction and the types of bridges and balancing of the bridge circuit. And also we are going to explain the what are the uses of the AC bridge circuits. Frequently they are asking the questions something like that, and also the possibility of asking the questions like um, and the detectors, in the detectors, what is the difference between detector and galvanometer, what is the null detection method. In the previous class I explained the methods of measurement is the null detector and comparison methods. In the null detector, we are using the, in the DC circuits we are using the detector circuit. In the AC circuit we are using the galvanometer. That means the both are used for detecting the impedances with respect to bridge arms. Then we are nullifying the we are ratios of the two different opposite resistance are rationalized and measuring the unknown quantity with respect to this null detector. That means here the current passing the null detector we are taken as, we are nullifying the value with respect to 0. Then we are finding the ratio between the opposite amps, then finally measuring the unknown parameter. These are the ways to asking the questions in the examinations. And also, what is the main difference between the AC bridges and DC bridges? Generally in the AC bridges we are using the supply, that means the response, the current is the alternating current, and both the AC bridges and both DC bridges are used to measuring the unknown components like resistance, inductance, capacitance only. But here we are using the supply in the form of AC, in the form of supply in the DC, then it is called as the DC bridges. This is the main difference of the AC bridges and DC bridges. This is the explanation about this particular topic. I hope all of you understand this presentation. Now I'm going to closing the session. Thank you. Have a great day.